Hello, everybody, and happy Valentine's Day. Here we are again on this holiday that seems to cause so much controversy for so many of us. I remember when I was single on Valentine's Day, and it was kind of a rough holiday for me. I don't know how many of you are feeling the same way, but it was right up there with New Year's as the most dreaded day of the year. And I think that there are so many clever ways that we all have found to make ourselves feel better, getting together with our girlfriends and having a Galentine's Day and all. Um, some women like to send themselves flowers on Valentine's Day just to feel good and love themselves. So that's something that, of course, I hear a lot from women. I had a woman on a call one day tell me that she used to send herself flowers at work because she got so tired. All the other women were getting flowers, so she would send them to herself, which is really sweet. I used to also send them to some other single girlfriends. That was something, a way that I felt really, really good about Valentine's Day and being able to pay it forward to somebody that I love and let them know that they were loved. So that's another thing that we can all do, is send some flowers or call our friends. I know I've been getting some messages today from friends saying happy Valentine's Day. And it feels lovely just to spread that love, and especially to other friends and people that we know who are alone or don't have a partner on Valentine's Day. I am a big believer in confronting our feelings and allowing experiences like Valentine's Day and holidays like this to bring up some of our deeper feelings about what we're missing in our lives and where our life isn't aligning with our vision for ourselves. I actually think that this is a wonderful day for those of you who are single and without a partner to actually sit with your feelings and allow yourself to reflect on where you're at and what you might want to do differently moving forward. But, we all make New Year's, well, not all of us, but we think about New Year's resolutions. And I am going to advocate for Valentine's Day resolutions. I think that events like this can be a mirror. They can be a mirror for us. And we sometimes need to step back and just take a really long look in that mirror and sit with our true feelings about what's happening or not happening in our lives. And I know for me, being very realistic about things, I'm incredibly grounded and I'm a very realistic person. I think it's one of my better qualities because it's served me so well in my life. I don't believe in, of course, I believe in miracles and that wonderful, magical things, unexplainable things happen. But I also believe that they're usually the result of a lot of hard work. They don't just happen. Sometimes it feels like when a miracle does happen, it's like, oh my God, that just happened. But rarely do those things happen without a lot of intention setting and work leading up to that moment. So, they talk about a celebrity being an overnight success. And I think if you talk to a lot of celebrities, they would laugh and say, oh my God, no, it wasn't like that at all. It may have seemed from the outside that one minute nobody knew who I was, and then the next minute, there I was, but it doesn't usually work that way in life. What happens more often than not is we start to look at our lives and then we start to set intentions, either consciously or unconsciously. I'll notice with many of the clients that I work with, they'll be talking about their lives, their love lives, and they'll start making these emphatic statements aloud about, I am going to stay out there. I am going to find my guy. I know the guardian of my soul exists, and I am committed to finding him. They may not realize when they meet him how many times they made that statement aloud. I am committed to this journey. I will do the work. I will not stop until I find him. So I think that Valentine's Day can be a day that we all just try to get through, or it can be a day of reflection for many, for those of you who are single. And I would encourage you not just to put a glossy spin on this or to disregard it, to discount it, or just say, oh, it's just another holiday. For me, it wasn't just another holiday, because I remember all the times where it made me sit back and look at how incredibly single I was. Or when I was in the wrong relationships, I looked at that too. It made me realize I wasn't with the right people. And so I would really encourage you all to look, you don't have to sit there. I'm not asking, suggesting that you dwell on this or, make yourself feel badly or worse about being alone on this holiday or being single during Valentine's Day. What I would urge you to do is find a way to make a plan. Look at what you're doing to really fix this part of your life. And maybe there are things you can do. Maybe you need to dust off your old vision board or create a new one. Maybe you need to look at the actions that you're taking. Maybe you need to really get out there and make a commitment that you're going to start dating, that you're going to take this seriously. Sign up for my podcast. Go right now and sign up for my podcast, get on my mailing list, and make a commitment to yourself that you will start listening to these religiously, that you will listen to what I'm saying and follow this advice and get out there, but start making real commitments. Go watch my webinar. I have a free 45-minute presentation that many women say is life-changing. If you like that presentation, you can sign up for a call with me or with a member of my team, and we can talk to you about how to make sure that next Valentine's Day, you're not alone. There are so many truly constructive choices you can make today that could start to change the rest of your life. Work with a coach. Stop just being passive. And when I talk about passive, I'm going to list some things that I think really are passive actions or passive things that people are doing, thinking that they're actually doing something in this part of their lives. So passive things would be just sitting and reading books and not actively applying what you learned from them. It would be sitting on a therapist's couch, going over and over and over and over the same stuff, processing and reprocessing your childhood, but not actually taking what you're learning and having actionable steps out in your dating life, facing your fears, going out there, going on dates. Another thing that is really passive is just dating, putting yourself on a dating website and not actively, proactively working on yourself simultaneously and applying, making changes, opening up your heart, learning how to be less judgmental, opening up your dating field, working with coaches and mentors, not just following us, but actually working directly with us. Self-diagnosing is the slow boat to China. You all are going to sit there, and so many smart, successful single women, all they do, they think, well, I can solve everything else in my life. Why I should be able to do this. And all you do is waste time because you're not objective about your own behavior. The more successful you are in your work life and in your private life, the more you build up this egoic idea that I'm wonderful and men should just be flocking to me, but you're not actually learning better ways to relate to men and actually open up to them. And you cannot see those blocks inside of yourself. Over the weekend, I was talking with one of the women who is in my mastermind course. And my mastermind course is my highest level course where these women work with my husband and me directly so that they can have what we have. And we were talking, and I pointed out some things to her that were not easy for me to say, things that I knew if she behaved this way with a man, he would be gone in a nanosecond. And she was very open and receptive to what I said. And she even called me later and said, thank you so much for that feedback. It was invaluable. But I had to give her this feedback because she couldn't see herself objectively, and she couldn't really see how this would impact a guy. I mean, I had an interaction with her that was, I could feel the impact of this on me. And as it was happening, all I could think was, wow, if this ever happened with a guy, that guy would be out of there. I mean, any really great guy, it wouldn't take more than one or two times. So working with, expert coaches and mentors who can really take you by the hand in this part of your life and walk you through this stuff, that is going to help you grow. You can't see yourself objectively. I have so many wonderful women in my program. Wonderful. These women are sensational, but they don't see themselves objectively. They cannot see how demanding they are, or how they can just, the minute somebody says or does something they don't like, they're just, very, very quick, very pithy and quick. And that anger or that righteousness that I know I used to have. I get it. I know why men were not drawn to me. I'm very honest and realistic about how I used to talk to men. And I know a lot of men, I mean, they got one little taste of that and they were done. They were out of there. I remember one time I was talking to my husband about getting dog medication or something. And the way I said it to him, he just stopped me and he said, could you say that a bit nicer? And I didn't even realize I had kind of barked this order at him, which was something I would have done in the past without even thinking. So, we don't see ourselves objectively. Our friends are not going to say these things, the things that I said to this client, her friends wouldn't tell her what I told her. They wouldn't say that to her. And because we're working so closely and so intimately in this mastermind group, we're able to observe these behaviors and give feedback on them so that our clients can capture and keep the attention of these really great men. you have got to know that just like you have a whole bunch of things about men that you are on guard about or for, right? That you have your guard up and you are listening and looking to see if a man is exhibiting certain behaviors that you know you will never put up with. You better believe that they're doing the same thing. They got their whole list right there of things that will make them cut and run. And you'll never have a second date. They'll be polite, they'll be kind, they'll sit, they'll have a nice date with you, and you'll never hear from them again. So this is a day. Maybe you even want to take this day and write to a few people you know and ask for some honest feedback. Write to a couple of your male friends, your brother, your uncle, and ask, hey, I'm looking for love and I really want to find a partner, and it's Valentine's Day. And, the best gift you could possibly give to me would be to tell me 3 things that you really like about me and 3 things that you think might be pushing men away, 3 behaviors that might be pushing men away. And I would be so grateful for that feedback. That would be a wonderful thing to do. Happy Valentine's Day, Uncle John. Can I ask a favor of you? You could really give me a wonderful gift today. I would love it if you could give me some honest feedback. It would help me in my dating journey. That would be something amazing to do today. A gift that you could give yourself and a gift you could ask for from the men in your life. And my guess is they will do it. I have my clients do a similar assignment when they're in my 12-week course, my 12-week dating course, and the feedback that they get is invaluable. And what you really want to do is you want to read the feedback and first of all, just feel into your heart and see if it feels true for you. That's the first thing you want to do. And then the second thing is you want to sit back and you want to look at all of the feedback. So if you ask 3 people for feedback, you want to see where the overlap is. If 2 or more of those people are saying the same thing, then that means that's something you really need to look at. And don't just look at the negative feedback, look at the positive feedback as well and see if there's overlap there. And if there is, those are your gifts. Those are the things that men love about you. They're giving you direct feedback about the things they really like about you. But you can take Valentine's Day and use this beautiful day as a mirror and as a wonderful day to sit with yourself and your feelings and just take just an hour of this day to sit with how you feel about being alone on Valentine's Day and asking yourself what are 1 or 2 steps I could take to really move myself forward so that next year I'm in a completely different place. I remember when there was a Valentine's Day where Benjamin and I went out. We were living in Los Angeles, and he took me to this beautiful French bistro. And I think he got up to go to the restroom, or I don't know if I met him there, but I was sitting there by myself and it was early. And so we got there before a lot of the other couples did. And I was sitting in the restaurant and I was watching people walk in and, everybody in couples with their partners. And then I just looked around and I thought, Lisa, here you are. You're one of the couples. You're a couple. You're not a single person, right? You're a couple. And your husband planned this dinner and he made the reservations and you got all dressed up and here you are. It was really lovely. And it was lovely, not, just because it was Valentine's Day and there I was. It was lovely because of all the work I know I'd done to get there, right? I didn't just land there. I didn't get lucky. I had faced my fears. I had dated like a fiend for 2 solid years. I went out and I went on 96 first dates. And in that time, I was so committed to this journey, but I wasn't just going on dates. So I really want you all to get, if you are just going on dates and you're not actively working on opening up your heart, being kinder, learning better ways to communicate with men, learning how to actively create a deeper, more emotionally naked connection with a man, you're just crossing your fingers and hoping for a miracle. You're looking for a needle in a haystack. If you want that picture out there to change, then this has to change and this has to change. So you've got to do that work on yourself. Now, Benjamin and I did a great podcast that's coming up on getting inside the right male mind. And that podcast episode is on doing the work and what we mean by that. So the same client that I mentioned earlier, she had said to me, Lisa, you and Benjamin often say you need to do the work or we did the work. What does that mean? Like, all I've been doing my whole life is work on myself. And that's kind of the problem. We're doing all this work on ourselves. And I did this too. I did tons of work on me. And that was great. Don't get me wrong. It was wonderful. I became happy. I loved myself. I liked my career. I had great girlfriends. I felt more at ease in my life. I felt more at home in my body. I lost weight. For 6 years after I left my first husband, I worked on myself almost nonstop. Here's the thing. I was hoping that by doing all that work, I was going to attract a fabulous man. And what I realized was that was just half the journey. I got right with me, but then I still had to go out and do this work, the work of learning how to connect to men, how to talk to men, how to understand how they think, what they need from me as a partner, right? How to be a woman, how to feel at ease with male company, how to navigate a man. I mean, men come on sexually. They, make sexual advances towards us. They sometimes, we talk too much and they start to zone out, and that's not their fault. Sometimes we're going on and on and on and on and on, and we think we're being fascinating, and we're just like, they can't get a word in edgewise. So and sometimes they do that, right? But I had to do this work. I had to do the work of learning how to open my heart to a wonderful man and how to create an emotionally naked connection with him and not make it all about me. I think a lot of women get confused because I think they think they're such givers and they're giving. But first of all, most of them are giving to the wrong men. They don't know, they find takers. There must be reciprocity. So if you're giving, and the guy isn't reciprocating, that's your sign that this guy is not a good match for you. So just to sit there and say, oh, I'm such a giver, you got to find somebody where it's reciprocal. And But most women give what they think men want rather than really listening to men and giving men what they want. Right? So men want freedom, they want space, they want silence, they want fun, they don't want to process and analyze all the time. They want to feel like there's room for them in a relationship. And a lot of times as women, we think that um, we've been told that men are there, to chase us and that they're there to make us happy. And I mean, those things are true to a point. But if you really want your man to feel great with you, you've also got to listen to him and be willing to give him the things that he wants and needs in the relationship too. So there's a lot to learn in this part of our lives, and we can be the most fabulous version of ourselves, but we still have got to then traverse this whole male female dynamic and find a way to meet in the middle and be guardians of each other's souls. So this is a wonderful day, as I said earlier, to just step back, take a deep breath, maybe do 5 or 10 minutes of meditation and just really feel into where you are right now in your journey to find true love. Ask yourself if you're really committed to that journey, if you're getting the right help, if maybe you need to seek out a coach or a mentor to help you do this faster, to see your blind spots so that you can grow and bring this man into your life, and so that that person can teach you the things you don't know, the missing pieces of this puzzle, right? You may have pieces of the puzzle. I know each one of you already has wonderful pieces of this puzzle. I'm not saying that you don't, but a coach, a mentor, somebody like me who has been doing this work for 20 years, what I can teach you in just 12 weeks is more than most women will ever know in their lifetime about this subject. So do yourselves a favor. Give yourselves a true happy Valentine's Day gift. Don't send yourself flowers or candy or put a Band-Aid or try to just gloss over this. Go watch my free 45-minute presentation. Watch that. Listen to some of my old podcasts, especially the ones on getting inside the right male mind with Benjamin and me. And if you like what we say, don't think that you're just going to glean a bunch of tips from those podcast episodes and then go out and suddenly you're going to be transformed. Go watch my webinar and sign up for a consultation so that we can talk to you about how we can change your love life forever, so that you can be that woman who's sitting in a restaurant next year with her guy, feeling proud, glowing, because you know that you made this happen in your life. And it all started a year ago on Valentine's Day. Imagine what a phenomenal gift that would be to give to yourself. All right, everybody. I'm Lisa Shield. This has been Lunch with Lisa. Thank you for coming on. It is always lovely to see all of you. And yes, Ariel, I have read Alison Armstrong, and I will tell you, she has great insights. It's all up here. Her approach can be very masculine. She actually can be very masculine. And do I like her information? Yes. But you have got to take that information and apply it. You've got to apply it. That information is not transformation. So yeah, Alison Armstrong has lots and lots and lots of good information. I actually have a woman who's working with me right now, and she said, Lisa, I did so much of her work. And she said, I got to a course that she did, her Queen's Code course. And she was like, oh my God, this just feels so masculine. Make this chart, track that, do this, whatever. And I don't know, honey, my work is really from the heart. It's not up here. So a lot of my work, I actually, although I do know that men are masculine, women are feminine, whatever, I don't like those stereotypes. I think it puts us in a box. And I really have a much more organic process, and it is a transformational process that doesn't just give you a bunch of tips about men, but actually helps you shift the way you act with men and the way you feel towards them at a behavioral level. So my work is a little bit different, but and I like her work. I mean, I find it insightful as well, but that's where I think her work kind of falls short. All right, everybody, happy Valentine's Day. Love to you all. Please, 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 please go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. Like and rate this podcast wherever you find your podcasts. And please go to lisashield.com and click the link to watch my free 45-minute presentation. Have a beautiful day. So much love to you all. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.